Nick, great to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by. It's cool to have a hometown guy here at Swag. I think it's awesome that you live down the street and we're able to have you here and be a Swag ambassador.
Well, thank you for having me first off, and I'm just super grateful and excited to be part of the team. You guys have got established many really cool things going on so far, and it's in such a short amount of time, which is what is so exciting for me to be a part of.
You want to talk a little bit about growing up here in Chicagoland and the trials and tribulations of playing golf in the winter here?
Yeah, no doubt. I think growing up and spending winters here really kind of made me hunger the game more and crave the game more. I think it almost rejuvenated my love for the game even more. Obviously in winters you can't play as much, but coming out every spring with that excitement and with that joy of playing golf again is just it's something I'll always remember and cherish. But yeah, anything with no snow on the ground, anytime there was no snow on the ground, it was fair game out here.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know if you've played lately. Actually, I saw you were playing the other day, but I mean, if it's 45 degrees, I'm going out there and playing. At least here in Chicagoland, I got to take every day I can.
45 is balmy. I'll take 25 with no snow on the ground.
Nice.
Just depends on wind though. There can't be that good old Chicago wind that comes off the lake. It's really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you say that, how it kind of invigorates you, after the winter, because in a weird way, I think the golf industry is kind of the same way. I think that we kind of need that break during the winter sometimes. That's when we kind of get hunkered down, come up with some of our best ideas, and then come out hot in the spring with new stuff.
Definitely. I think it's a much needed time break. I think in this game, obviously the game is really tough itself, and I think it can kind of relate in all ways to getting a little restart, a little fresh in the mind, and just crave that hunger and excitement again. That was something that was always big to me.
Well, I'm happy to say that we were able to make you a putter that you really like, which I think is awesome. And it took us a few tries, but we got it right. And I thought maybe it'd be cool to talk a little bit about that whole process with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nate, our tour director, was a huge part of this, but I think the crazy part of the story is a little bit more about not only just making the head the way you wanted it, but even the shaft itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe first let's talk about the shaft.
Yeah, well, I mean, in order to talk about the shaft, I got to talk about Nate a little bit, and just the trust that I have with him. I've known Nate for a long time now, and he's, I think, the best tour rep, period. Any company, any specific golf club, I think he's the best, and so that's why another draw for me to go with Swag was really that trust factor. And Nate knew all my specs before I even had to come to him, so he knew what I liked. I think that's what made the process go by pretty quick, actually. I feel like we got the putter done pretty quick in the grand scheme of things, and definitely the shaft was something that I'd been hunting out with him for maybe over a year now, and he knew exactly what we were looking for, the style, the kind of make, the way it swung. Yeah. He knew what we were looking for, but we didn't know the exact brand, and so that's what kind of made it a needle in the haystack type of search. And for Nate to find it, it's not surprising to me because he's the best, but he found it, and that's what is going to make my experience with my Swag putter even better.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's I don't know how much Nate paid you to have him say those good things about him, but I mean, yeah, he did a good job for sure. Yeah, the shaft's a crazy story. I mean, it was in one of our friends' workshops, and it probably sat there for, who knows, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nate hunted it down, which I think is a testament to what he likes to do and how he likes to take care of guys like you.
I think the biggest thing in the professional golf world is like how dealing with professionals might be tough, like Nate does. I think most guys out there are really strict and very spot on with their performance and what they're using out there. And I think that is what made the switch for me to Swag so easy, is because you guys do such a great job in club building, and I feel like the putters are already how I like them in the big picture of it. And I think that was the sort of ease of kind of being acclimated to the switch.
I mean, the process of making your putter, obviously Nate and I and Trent, who does all the 3D modeling, had to go through a bunch of variations to get there, but I think, it kind of testament again to what we do here though, of being able to machine it start to finish exactly the way you wanted it. And that obviously, probably was the bigger hurdle, but we got 5 years of experience doing it now, and it made it fun for us to be able to make you exactly what you wanted, to tweak the bumpers and the shoulders and do things the way you wanted them, the neck positioning, to get the right toe hang. I mean, everything that we did, I think, obviously you had a reason for it, and I'm happy that we were able to do that. And I think clearly you put it in play and 8 birdies in a row, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That's I don't think you've ever done that before, have you?
No, one short of a record, and I'm still a little bummed I didn't get it. But that's all right. 8 in a row is something that not many players have ever done on the PGA Tour, and it hadn't been done in 10 years. So you think about all the great golf that has been played in the last 10 years, and for a streak like that not to come, and for me to do it is really special. So,
Yeah, and those weren't all short putts either.
No. If you have 8 in a row, you're gonna have to make a couple putts. That's
Yeah.
for sure. You can't stick everything close. But yeah, it was only in my 4th round of using that exact putter. I'd been using the putter for the tournament before that as well, but that was my 4th round using that putter, and for me to feel that comfortable that fast with my new swag putter it speaks to what the job you guys did on getting it exactly how I like it. And there's really not any other company that would tailor that specific specs to what I like, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm happy we were able to do it, because obviously you're a good putter to start with, so it's nice to be able to give you an instrument that works that well.
Totally. I mean, that's just going to hopefully enhance my my putting even more, and we'll be leading those putting stats next year.
So I'm gonna ask you a little bit about like why you, besides the fact that we know you love Nate, but why did you choose swag? Like what makes swag cool to you?
Well, number one, growing up in Northbrook and being a hometown kid is really important to me, because I have such an amazing support here. Not only my fans, but friends, people. Truly, some of the best people in the world are from Northbrook, and they've been so genuine to me. And having swag literally down the street, especially just a block away from the golf course I grew up at, is super special to me. And it really feels like swag is an extension of that community aspect and feeling for me. And I think it's growing with me. I think the company is new. The company started when I started my career, and I hope that I can be the first one to start winning majors and big tournaments with the putter.
Yeah, us too. So, all right, so you know what? We're gonna have bag, we're gonna have towel, we're gonna have head covers, we're gonna have the putter. We're gonna have cool stuff, you know, every time you're out there. What are you excited for? Is there anything that we've done that you're excited to kind of see the next variation when it comes out this year?
Well, most things related to Chicago sports are probably my favorite, just because I'm a Chicago sports nut. And you guys definitely do a lot of special custom stuff with the Cubs and other certain things that are Chicago related, which are definitely my favorite items. But I'm excited for the items that will be displayed once we start winning.
Cool. Yeah, me too. I love that answer. That's the best answer for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this will be your second year on tour.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to this year over last year?
I think the biggest difference for me is just the comfortable aspect playing out on the PGA Tour, just because I've seen most of the courses now. I think the toughest thing as a rookie is playing against all the top players in the world when they've played these courses many times, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row. And that experience is massive. I'm looking forward to having a full season where I really know those golf courses. That's gonna really help me play better. I feel like I'm a much better golfer than I was a year ago from today. I feel like I am much more ready for success on the PGA Tour this year compared to last year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that getting to see a course a few times, just like anyone, it makes a huge difference.
That's something everyone can relate to, I think.
Yeah. Speed of the greens, just knowing some of the nuances of where to miss. You can't beat experiences out there.
Correct, yeah.
What are you working on most this off season, or this short off season?
Yeah, it's a good amount of time, 7 weeks. Not many times you have a golfer that gets that long a break. So we all definitely take advantage of it, I think, in one way or the other, whether it's put the sticks down or turn into grind mode and make some changes. I feel like I worked on my golf swing and my short game a lot or in the middle of the summer anyway, and I've just started to trend that and get that into a spot where I really it's going to be a strength of mine. And I think the stats show it. I need to become a better wedge player, a better short gamer. But I think my biggest moves I've made so far this fall season is I'm top 10 in strokes gained approach, and I'm really proud of how much better I've gotten with my iron play over the course of last year. I would say mostly I'm going to work on short game and wedge game. And I think once I can become, I would say a plus or above average wedge player, I think that's when it's going to get really fun.
All right, I got a really important question for you. Deep dish or thin crust?
Chicago deep dish, elsewhere thin crust for sure.
Okay. And if you're getting deep dish from Chicago, it's,
Lou Mal's.
of course, the best.
Mm-hmm.
Sausage or no sausage?
Chicago classic.
Yeah. Oh, Chicago Classic?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Lou Mal's makes by far the best deep dish.
A lot of crushed red pepper, no Parmesan needed.
No Parmesan needed?
No,
it's awesome.
Yep.
And it's good the next day too.
Oh, it's even better.
Maybe better.
It might be
maybe,
better.
Yeah, arguably better.
I think it is.
All right, so how about halfway house? Chicago dog?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I like ketchup on my hot dog. I mean,
Dude,
I can't.
Come on.
Well, I can't not do that. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. That's
Do you add ketchup to Chicago dog or do you not put mustard on there?
I put mustard. I like ketchup, mustard, onion. I don't like relish. I don't like peppers or anything like that. I know that's a big thing, but that's just how I like it. I'm not going to change. Like, even if it's Chicago, it's just, I'm pretty
This
stubborn.
could be an idea for a head cover here because
Yeah.
we make Chicago style head covers. We might have to make a Hardy style head cover. now.
Absolutely.
Ketchup, onions, and
Hardy
mustard.
style dog.
Yeah. Grilled
Yeah.
or boiled?
I grilled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. You'll be living down south and playing a little more golf during the winters. What's your favorite non-Chicago golf course?
My favorite non-Chicago golf course is definitely Crystal Downs. It's up in Frankfort, Michigan. My grandpa has belonged there since about 2000. I belong there now as a member myself, and I'm very proud of it because it's a very short golf course, only 6,500 yards, but it's very penal. The greens are some of the most undulating greens I've ever played, and I think it's a golf course that really taught me how to putt because you got to be able to learn, you got to be able to read the greens and play aggressive on greens that you don't want to play aggressive on. So it's sentimental to me, that golf course,
Yeah.
and it's just probably when I step up on the first tee, it's the most excited I am to play golf.
I've been fortunate enough to play there, and it's awesome. I totally agree. That's a good spot. Unfortunately, you still can't play during the winter there, though.
What's your favorite non-Chicago golf course?
Oh man, I think I'd have to go with Peachtree in Georgia. I've been fortunate enough to play there a few times because our manufacturing facilities down there outside of Atlanta, and that place is pure. It's just awesome. I mean, I haven't gotten to play Augusta, but it gives that same vibe, and it's so well manicured. It's just like it's perfect all the time. It's a masterpiece for sure. I'd say that's for sure my number one outside of Chicagoland.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you see Swag Golf in 5 years?
Good question. Someone asked me this a couple years ago, and it's the same answer. I kind of hope that Swag Golf is just known as Swag in 5 years. Obviously, we started in the golf space, but as we've gotten into apparel, some other sporting goods, I see ourselves growing a little bit beyond golf. When I started Swag, I was a collector of quite a few things. I like watches. I like pinball. Do you collect anything? Anything that you are passionate about?
I'm not a big collector. It's funny because I do have a really big collection of head covers. I think there's no better company that does the head cover game than Swag, obviously. I think people just are addicted to your head covers, and I think that's something that I think I can relate to because I find them really interesting, and I think that'd be a good collector's item for me to start doing. But I don't have many hobbies. I'm not the most interesting person off the golf course. I've really tailored all my time to becoming the best player I can be, and I think that may be boring to a lot of people, but I've learned that the more I sacrifice in my life, outside of family and friends too, but the more I sacrifice, the better I become as a player. And I feel like I've started to hit on that with nutrition and how I take care of my body. And I think the higher you get in your profession, the more you got to sacrifice to keep staying there and getting better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe outside nutrition, because honestly, I think 2 or 3 Lou Malnati's deep dishes really gets me on that level to be the most creative I can possibly be.
Some things work better for others, but I know I don't feel as good to play golf. Feel sluggish.
Yeah.
But that's definitely my cheat meal when I'm at home. That's definitely what I'm eating.
It's funny you bring up the head covers because when we started Swag, it was not a head cover company. That was not the intentions. It was all about milling this perfect putter, and obviously we did. The first one came out awesome, But I think that what I didn't realize at the time is that the artistic side of what we were doing on the head cover side really totally changed the game. Just the colors, the look, the vibe, everything we did. And it resonated with so many people that it did become, a collector's item. And I think it's cool to hear that, like yourself, for someone who's not really into collecting, still thinks that the head covers are something that they would be interested in collecting because, that's why we're making them, right? We want people to use them, enjoy them, but also put them on their wall like a piece of art, which you said, it's what it is.
Yeah, I've got buddies that collect certain other companies' head covers, and now they're like, yeah, I got to start collecting the swag ones because not only are they cool as heck, but I got to support you.
Yeah.
So it's no, I think that's the cool part. You guys come up with new ideas so quick too, and and you got something new every week, and that's it's definitely something that's pretty cool to me.
So it's funny when we first signed you, or actually I think it was maybe the day prior to you signing, some of our staff was out over at Sunset Valley Golf Course playing, and a couple, I don't know if they were buddies of yours or friends of friends, saw our bags with all the swag covers on them and go, oh man, swag, that's cool. Like, do you guys collect swag? And one of the guys goes, no, like, I work there. Like, oh my God, you guys, you just signed my friend Nick Hardy. And they were so excited. They were really excited to tell us that they knew that you were coming on board, which made us excited, obviously. But they were beaming over the fact that you were going to be a swag ambassador. And I told them, I was like, that's awesome. I go, if we see that, if we see that order come in from Nick for 12 head covers to go into Sunset Valley, I guess it's going to you guys.
That's amazing. That's a great story. Yeah. I can't believe it really, because obviously I didn't share that with many people, but it must have been someone close to me.
It must have been someone. And then I think actually the same day your mom followed us on Instagram. I was like, I think he's gonna sign. It's a good sign.
Yeah, I told my mom's really excited about it. She loves that it's from Northbrook, and both my parents couldn't be more excited that I'm tailoring myself with a brand that's from our hometown. It's really special.
So Nick, obviously, thanks for coming in town. Excited to have you here in the shop, and appreciate your time. And just want to tell you that we're looking forward to 2023 and beyond with you, and we're gonna be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Nice. So this is 8 in a row right here?
8 in a row, yeah.
Yeah? You think it's good for 1 in a row right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Want to bet $100 on that hole?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. All right. Crisp.
Wow.
Crisp $100.
Fast pay, fast friends.
Quick $100. Quick $100.